I mean, it is like every day it's getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and it just does not seem to be ending, man. And it's all going on while we're not even paying attention. While you're just doing your everyday thing, they're constantly coming up with new, crazier and crazier shit. As human beings, we play follow the leader, but there's no leader. We're all pretending that we know what life is all about, where life is going, where this country's going, and where the war is going. We all want to pretend that we know this is a great candidate or this is a great direction for our country, but the reality is we know so little, it's shocking, about everything, about our past, about what life is. I mean, what the fuck is this? We're just going through it, and no one wants to stop and say, what is this? I feel untethered, but still connected to everything all the time. I'm driving this fucking metal box with rubber wheels over these mountains, and not even think about the fact that this fucking planet is just flying around the sun. You know, the concept of dimensions is pretty fucking squirrely to people, but I always try to explain it as if it's a radio. Think of it, life as a radio, and we are currently tuned into 97.1. It doesn't mean there's not a 101.1 right down the dial that's just as vibrant. We just haven't tuned into it. Right. We're just not picking up that frequency. How about ants? You ever like wave your hand over a bunch of ants? They have no fucking idea you're even there. You know, until you step on them, they have no idea you're even there. You know, how do we not know that we're just like that? That there's something around us all the time that we just can't detect. What I really think might be going on is that the reality as it stands has many more elements to it than just things you can hit and knock on with your knuckles, things you could beat with a hammer or throw water on. I think there's a lot more than the solid physical matter of the universe that we're not totally taking into consideration. And I always bring up the idea of the imagination, that we look at the imagination as when I was a kid, but what the imagination really is this hail of ideas in your mind that, if followed through, manifest physical things in this reality. So it's not simply just this airy, fairy, woo-woo thing that's like this non-important, intangible aspect of life. No, it's the creator of everything. It's the root behind the creation of every single physical thing, from nuclear power plants to guns to fucking cat clocks. All that shit is created by the imagination. We're building towards some sort of an event, you know, whatever it is. I don't know whether it's a conscious event, whether it's a physical event, like the actual planet's going to go through an event, or whether or not those things are all connected. You know, I mean, that's a very real possibility too. You know, the idea of the Earth as this living organism, you know, just like we're living organisms, that the Earth is one too, and it's aware of all this and any changes, and it, you know, maybe it's intelligent and it's evolving its intelligence. Maybe it's evolving just as we're evolving technology. Maybe the Earth is evolving its consciousness. Maybe it's a constant process for everything, not just human beings, you know, but for maybe the planet itself. It's very possible. I mean, who's to say it's not? Just because it can't express itself in English language, you know, or you know, through something that we can stick into a DVD player, it doesn't mean it's not conscious.